morning, garden friends. Well, I've got a busy day ahead of me, so I'm trying to start right now. Got my coffee and I'm going to work away on it. I have something I need to do. First, before I let too much time go by and it get too hot, which is to get the dirt in my new planters and hopefully plant it up a little bit. And then I also have to run back to Green Acres, the one in Roseville, which is a bit of a drive for me. Go back and get the right colored plant. Unfortunately, I got 3 of those beautiful asters yesterday, not noticing that 2 were pink variety and 1 purple variety. And I was like, oh shoot. So now I've got to go back to Green Acres. I actually went to my local Green Acres here in Folsom to look and they didn't have any. The Folsom store is like 3 times the size. It's huge, which makes sense. Roseville is a much bigger town than us. So I've got to drive all the way back over there and get a 3rd one. So I'm going to have to do that, but I want to get this hard labor out of the work while I'm still in the shade and it's nice and cool. So there it is. And there's my pile of dirt, and I'm going to get that in and then I'll worry about drip later. So I try not to kill myself on all these rocks. It's like a death trap. All those spaghetti strap, if the drip is everywhere, I'll have to deal with that too. But okay, here I am, gonna go get on it. I spent just a few minutes and already done. I love it. I filled them up with soil. I should say something we did off camera that we didn't show you. Let me turn the camera on. Something we did off camera. My husband drilled holes on the bottom. These did not come with drainage holes on the very bottom. They have like a raised 6-inch platform that does have plenty of drainage holes, but there's none outside to drain the entire bottom portion. So we drilled 4 nice big holes in each. I filled them up with potting soil, added some all-purpose fertilizer. I don't have any Sure Start, I ran out. And also some slow release continuous plant food, and filled them up. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start planting. I've got my, I actually have it sketched out on my phone. I'm going to do some vermillionaire. I'm going to go dig up some of my plants that I have in the little pots here and tucked in here, places that need more sun, and just pop them in here and we'll see how it goes. And then I'll deal with the drip after that. I got new trowels since I broke my last one. I'm like, I need something strong. Hopefully this one will do it. These, oh. Okay, there's one. Oh gosh. done for now. I don't have the drip, but I have my transplanted plants in here. I put a vermillionaire here and here. I think they're coming back. I gave them a pretty hard prune, but I'm pretty sure I see signs of life on both of them. And then I transplanted a couple of things from the pots. One, this California fuchsia, which I'm worried about. Fuchsias don't like it sunny, and this gets about 5 hours of hot afternoon sun, but it's a native, not a hybrid, so I'm hopeful that it'll be okay. Then I have this butterfly weed. It's I don't even know, some Italian word. So that's there, that should fill in. Then I had 2 plants growing in that, and one obviously died. So I don't know which one this is. This is either Agastaki or Hummingbird Trumpet. And given that this is Agastaki and the leaves look completely different, I'm gonna go with Hummingbird Trumpet. So we will see if I'm right. Then I have this, Redbirds in a Tree. This is the only one that, despite the shady conditions, was doing great. It has these beautiful rosy red tubular flowers. I've seen the hummingbirds on them, so I know they like them. So I'm hopeful that it'll do well here. And then I just moved my Gara over here. So I'm happy. I do need something above this, something here. I don't know if I'm going to get a trellis, and maybe I could put a vine up it, but this just gets nailed by this is east, so it's getting the western sun, and so it just gets nailed from, maybe around noon or 1 all the way up. Here, I'll turn the camera on that you can see me all hot and sweaty. Between like noon or 1, it'll come over, the sun's going this way, and it just gets nailed. So whatever I put there has to be able to take that. I'm thinking some sort of wood element or like some decor, something. Another plant that I have, I'll turn the camera around, is this one in here. And this is I can never say it, Iochroma. This is also a hummingbird favorite. And this is the one that arrived dead from Logi's, and they immediately sent me out a replacement, and they were awesome to work with. And it's doing great. Look at it. No blooms, but I didn't really expect it because it's a brand new baby plant. It was this big when I got it. So it's growing. I could, because that is a tall plant, I could put that in here, maybe behind one of these in the front. I'm not sure if the Hummingbird Trumpet, this one, and the Fuchsia, that one, are just so floppy because they were in containers. So the roots, they need deep roots to be able to support tall structure, tall growth. And so was I keeping them too confined, and that's why they're so floppy. So I'm going to give them a chance to see what they do in here. Nice, room available for them. If they continue to do more of this spilling, then I'll transplant that Iochroma in here to give me some height. So I don't have to make a decision today. That's the nice thing. I do have a variegated weeping buddleia over in a container over in my sun garden that's limping along. I could maybe think about moving it in there, but now, my goal, right, is to kind of free up. Here, I'll turn the camera on. My goal is to free up a little bit of space in here so it's not quite so crowded. So I took the Redbirds in a Tree from out of this. So now I can take the hosta out and put that somewhere else and move this container out. I have a bee balm that's like shoved back there. You can't even see it. It is not happy. We moved it there when we built the fence, but it needs way more sun. So I could move that into somewhere else. So I'll continue to refine this space and start moving things around for size. Like I love my geranium medense. These will get nice and big and full. They'll fill this in. I have 2 of them here and there. This is a pineapple sage. It's not getting enough sun to bloom really all that well. So that's something to think about. These were salvias, rockin' deep purple salvias that I couldn't bear to part with when I dug them up. And the hummingbirds and bees love them. So, but those could maybe get pushed back towards the fence a little bit. So yeah, just kind of retooling. I have this flowering maple in here that would like to grow a little bit more. Oh, here's a fun update on my espalier, if that's how you say it, espalier. Everywhere. See if I can zoom up. See that? Everywhere where I pruned it, I have a flush of growth, new leaves. So a Buellton really responds to pruning. It sends out new growth, which is how you make it more bushy, which is great. So I'll let this kind of settle in, and then I'll probably do another pruning a little bit in late fall maybe. But dang, this is looking good. So I'm really happy about that project. Okay, next. I thought about this area and, oops, sorry, in the sun. And I'm having second thoughts. So, I don't know. I'm gonna go and get that 3rd purple one or pink one, and then come back and think about it some more. It just feels like things are plopped in here. That salvia just gave it so much structure and growth. I'm feeling like I need that again, but I know it'll grow back. So visually, I'm just struggling a little bit. I am such a visual person. Things sound good to me, and then I see them, and I'm like, oh no. So I'm gonna go run and go get that, that 3rd pink aster, and then maybe play around a little bit with this and see if I can get to a place. I want something here. I want something for along this, kind of walkway. So on this side, I've got my coral bells, heuchera. This is apple twist. It's pretty much just green because it doesn't get enough sun to really give me the appley look, I guess. It's supposed to have more of a variegated look, kind of like this one. This is not apple twist, but this is another variety of heuchera, and it has the red, coloration and edging, and these are supposed to do that, but they didn't. So I don't know, not enough sun. This only gets a couple hours in the morning, but it needs something. So I've got my ajuga. This side is doing way better. It's not impeded by that salvia like these were. I also think I had the water maybe dialed in more. So I need something, and do I repeat it with the verbena? Just go get more verbena. But then I was also thinking, I want to take this cousin-it out, and I need some sort of, I really struggle with symmetry, because over here I have a cousin-it that's doing okay, along with a hardy geranium. This is the Bayakova variety. So what do I do on this side? This gets a lot less sun because of the salvia, but now the salvia is not here. Okay, so you get the point. This is my head. I just sort of agonize about all this stuff. And I'm not a landscape designer. I just like flowers. So I don't know, maybe I'll cruise the aisles and I'll bring a couple pictures with me and I'll see if I can figure it out. But here's the asters. Can you tell that 2 are pink and 1 are purple? I don't know if it shows up on camera. I can tell now that I'm looking at it. Too bad I couldn't tell when I was buying them. So now I've got to drive 45 minutes each way to go get the right kind. Anyway, I'm going to go do that, and I'm going to finish up. I've got to water my tomatoes still. I did my Hummingbird Highway, and then I'll run over to the garden center, and then I'll come back and I'll figure it out. But I feel really accomplished. We got the we got these done. Oh, there was a hummingbird on it. Hi, little guy. There was a hummingbird right on it. I just startled it. It was right over here on the Agasaki that's down there. Can you see that? Oh, I'm so pleased. I mean, I feel like if that's not validation, right, that you're doing something good, yay, yay. All right. I'll have to tell my husband because he, I make him do all the drilling of the holes and the assembling, and he's so sweet. But I'll have to tell him, yay. All right, gang, that is a high note to end on. I'm super excited about that. So I'm going to go off and finish my day and get to some of those things. It's a beautiful summer day. I really hope that you get a chance to get out in your garden and let it love you today. I interrupt your previously scheduled ending to say one thing, which is I went to the store, Green Acres, to get the other aster, and they had vermillionaires available, and I ended up getting 2, and I'm going to plant them instead of my cut ones, because I felt these ones, I just felt bad. I had cut those vermillionaires down, and those were the ones that the hummingbirds really liked, and so I just felt bad that I was like, oh, well, wait, you're gonna have to wait 3 months for more food. So I saw those, I'm like, I'm just gonna get those. I'll pop those in. The ones that I cut, I'll put those into my orphan garden, and then I can grow those on, and then I'll have more. Can't hurt to have too many. Also, I wanted to share that my chiclet orange is blooming. So I also think this is a hummingbird friendly plant. So I'm going to pop it over here. So now I've got a few things growing that the hummingbirds will like. So I'm not going to plant it in there. I'm just going to keep it there. I water it every day. But anyway, okay, now back to our previously scheduled ending. It's a beautiful summer day. I really hope that you get a chance to get out in your garden and let it love you today. Bye.